Hello, it is me, the holistic healer, here with you today on a Saturday. For those that um, don't work on Saturdays and are wanting to be with me during this so that you can type comments and put your feedback into today's lesson. That is what I was feeling we needed to do today, because so far, not having a lot of feedback, guys. There's not a lot of you that are really seeming interested in this. So that's okay, because those that are meant to take this journey will take this journey, and those that do not feel drawn, it's just not time. It's simply not time. And maybe perhaps I'm not the one that's supposed to lead you on this journey. Only you know that. So with that said, the last 2 days we've been talking about um, how we are coming into a different understanding. How 2 days ago we did lesson 20, where we decided that we wanted to see. We were determined to see. That was where we were making our declaration that going forward, right here and right now, we are going to start seeing through our spiritual sight instead of our physical sight. We're going to start seeing through the eyes of the divine instead of the eyes of ego, right? And then yesterday, we took that one step further into instead of just seeing and being determined to see things differently, we are now determined to see a person and a situation that is within our being that needed to be healed differently in order to let that go and move forward, bring more joy, bring more peace into our lives. Okay. So with that said, today's lesson really goes into a lot of bringing the peace and bringing joy into our beings, because those people who are living a life of victimhood are in the energy of vengeance, are they not? So for today's lesson, number 22, what I see is a form of vengeance. So today's idea accurately describes the way anyone who holds attack thoughts in his mind must see the world. And how awful to see the world like that. You know, I mean, you know people, and I know people who we know for sure view the world like this. And I personally do everything in my power to try and turn those people's thinking around, because they're only hurting themselves and they're only making their life harder by viewing it that way. Um, Jesus says here, having projected his anger onto the world, he sees vengeance about to strike at him. His own attack is thus perceived as self-defense. This becomes an increasingly vicious cycle until he is willing to change how he sees. Otherwise, thoughts of attack and counterattack will preoccupy him and people his entire world. What peace of mind is possible to him then? That's a good question, because and I know this reads he, but it's he and she. It's all of us. It's any of us that are in that mind frame. Unfortunately, because of the egoic way of thinking that we've all been taught, um, because of the way our brains have been trained up to this point, especially, I don't know about other countries, but I know especially in the US, we are really raised to be have that shield of protection over us all the time. We're really raised to constantly be on the defense and have our guard up, so that, you know, we got to really trust you before we're going to peek over that wall, right? So this is reminding us of that, and it's letting us know that's no way to live. Instead of living the attitude of, I'm going to get you before you get me, and then we manifest these ideals in our mind that are not true. They're completely not true, but we make that true and make that come into our realities and our experiences, because that's what we're manifesting. Instead of manifesting that, we need to really, truly, in our hearts, think of any situations that we are feeling this way about, and any people that we truly are feeling this way about. Really let that come up. The first people and situation that pop in your mind, those are the ones that it's time to release. It's time to heal those today, you guys. No longer shall you carry that. If there's anybody in your life where you feel like you have to live in constant protection of yourself and constantly your guard up, you really need to ask yourself, is this person in my life to uplift me and empower me? Because if they're not, then it might be time to let that person go until that person can come into peace with you. It's only hurting you. So Jesus then says, it is from the savage fantasy that you want to escape, right? It is not joyous news to hear that it is not real. Is it not a happy discovery to find out that you can escape from this? You've made what you would destroy, everything that you hate and would attack and kill, and that you fear does not exist. So Jesus is saying, look at the world about you for at least 5 times today. So 5 times today, and it's only going to take a minute each time. We have 5 minutes in our day today to better ourselves, to empower ourselves, to look at the world about you for at least a minute each time. As your eyes move slowly from one object to another, from one body to another, say to yourself, I see only the perishable. I see nothing that will last. What I see is not real. What I see is a form of vengeance. And at the end of the practice period, ask yourself, is this world really what, is it the world I really want to see? And the answer will be obvious. You know, I think a lot of us grow up and we have experiences and things that happen in our lives that do not bring us peace. They do not empower us. They do not uplift us and make us the greater whole of who we are. And that takes our power away. So when we feel like our power has been taken away, what do? I'm going to put my wall up so you cannot take any more of my power away. Nope, you're not getting in. Right? And then we cover our faces. But starting here, starting today, starting right now, we're going to let our walls come tumbling down. Because anybody that has done something wrong to us in our lives only did because they are not living in an empowered mind. It's not your fault, and you cannot control that, right? We can't control that. But if we are taking the time every single day to keep ourselves aligned with love and aligned with truth, aligned with divine thoughts instead of the ego thoughts, we really begin to bring up that stuff that's inside us that is not real. The fear, the vengeance, anything that is low vibrational is not real, you guys. It is something that we create in our minds as a defense. That's what Jesus is trying to teach us today. You can have this beautiful, wonderful thoughts that your higher self is sending you. The bigger part of who you are is sending to you. And you can be raised in vibration, and you can expand your energy out. When you do that, you can literally send your energy and your love out to the whole world. And when you go out in public, people will feel that. Or you can leave your walls up and be mad and pissed off because everybody does me wrong and nothing goes right in my life and everybody picks on me. I'm a victim. And when you do that, your energy is contracted. You see that? Do you feel that? How contracted I am when I say that? And it feels horrible. It feels horrible. Because then all these things are spinning in my mind and I'm creating problems that aren't there. So Jesus is asking us today, stop doing that to yourself. You are only hurting you. There is no love and vengeance. There is no positive, high vibrational energy in anger. You're only keeping yourself down. You're only sinking your own ship, you guys. No more. Right here, right now, today, we're not going to let that do that to us anymore because we want so much to continue on that high road, continue in an energy of love. Love is all that heals. It is all that is truly real, you guys. And when you're aligned with it, you know that that's true. Your guides and angels are of high vibration. They are in the vibration of love. And when you are not in a vibration of love, you cannot connect with them. You cannot feel that connection with the greater part of who you are. You cannot feel that connection with God, with Great Spirit, Source, whatever it is that you call it. It's all the same thing. It's all that higher power that every single one of us wants that close connection with, right? You cannot be closely aligned with God or with your higher version of you when you're down here in vengeance behind your wall. I hope that you guys understand this. I mean, it's a very clear message today. I'm not going to go on and on too long. I send you so much love into your Saturday. I send you peace and I send you strength to really, truly let these situations and these people come. Ask yourself, does it empower me? Does it uplift me? Does it align me with the greater part of who I am? Because if the answer is no, it's time to let it go, darling. It's time to let it go. It does not serve. It does not serve. Call in Archangel Michael. Ask him to cut those cords. It will no longer be a part of you because in the Course in Miracles, clean slates. Anything and everything that's happened to us up until this point is no longer valid. It's gone. It's done. We're retraining our brains for divine thoughts so we can empower everyone else, right? That's why we're here. We're light workers, right? We're here to empower. We're here to uplift. So let's train our minds to do that, okay? You have a wonderful day. I send you love and peace. And until tomorrow, I send you out with a namaste.